NCAA podcast. We're aware, alive, and about it. We're here to cover all topics, no holds barred, from politics to sports. We've got you covered. No topic is off limits. No issue is too hot. This is the AAA podcast.
Yo. We are live. We are back. This is the AAA podcast. We're getting down with your boy Reg. What's up, Reg?
What's up? How you doing?
And of course, we got Jay on the line. He's our main man from the land. You know what I'm saying? Well, we don't like to really claim Toledo as a part of Ohio until they actually don't laugh at that part. I was gonna say until something actually happens that comes out of Toledo, like that one boxing dude who was doing this thing for a while. Can't remember his name, but he's a dope cat.
It was Easterly.
I don't know. I just know he was beast, man. He's one of the heavyweight champions for a while.
Yo, shout out to whoever that's doing something good in their life. But it's hometown.
Your audio.
Oh, my audio sucks?
It's back.
Oh. Shout out to whoever from Toledo. This ain't my hometown. It's just hometown. I'm always going to represent the North Side 330 to the day I die.
You don't want no problems, man. You don't want BV.
Don't bury me at that moment because I've seen the cemeteries in the Yo, and they ain't what they used to be.
Facts. But yeah,
don't bury me in Toledo either. Bury me in Columbus. I done lived in Columbus a little bit and enjoyed my life. You can bury me in 614.
Really?
Yeah, man. I have my family at anyways. I need people to come visit me. If you bury me in the Yo, niggas like I'm not going to visit him.
That's a fact. I don't even know if Reggie would visit you.
Buried in the Yo. No disrespect to all my people in the Yo, but man, I'll be in and out.
Yeah. I haven't been to Northside Cemetery in 10 years.
Bruh. Last time I went was on Edie's funeral.
I ain't been to it since I stayed in Bright Hill when we used to walk through it to go to the pool.
Oh, wow.
And that was in 98 or 99.
Man, I remember that. That pool was the lick, man. And the Dairy Queen right next door. Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. That's where I used to go just to see chicks, man.
Yeah, that was the life, man.
It was about trying to see chicks. Southern Park Mall, only going to see chicks. Pool, only going to see chicks.
Guys don't even know how to swim.
$7, only going to see chicks. The Skate Connect, only going to see chicks. Only.
Until the fights break out.
Yeah. But yo. So we live. It's a whole new day, a whole bunch of new topics, and basically a whole new world, man. So, I guess we could jump off in the news.
In the news.
And first thing popping off in the news. Go that for me.
You glitching and twitching,
yeah, we couldn't hear you. Your connection bad. Your connection's messed up.
So all bad.
Man, Reggie, I don't know what happened.
First topic for the news, so I can't find what the hell the thing is.
Okay, I'll pull it up.
In the news.
The Georgia high school shooting.
Who had that?
Oh boy. I'll say this about the high school shooting. When I first heard about it, there was like and I don't know all the intimate details, but there was like a picture like this young black kid who they said was a suspect or whatever. So I thought it was like some kind of inner city situation where, like some maybe gang beef or something. I don't know. But to find out the details, man, that shit's horrendous, man. Rest in peace to those people who lost their lives for no reason in that stupid shit. Should have never happened.
I don't know the exact details on it. I just know that it was a shooting. My take on it is like they got to change the gun policy, but I want to hear more about it though, because I don't know anything about it actually.
The kid was 14 when his dad gave him a gun. Not to go kill people, but
Damn,
he was 14. So I don't know why he did it.
that's wild. I don't know what you do with that, but you just, I mean, it sucks. For accountability, man, is always the biggest thing. And I know a lot of gun people don't want the guns taken. I don't think Americans have their guns taken from them.
Yeah.
I feel that we need to have some shape, form, or fashion sort of accountability. So if you hold those who own their guns more accountable to knowing where their guns are at all times or having an idea of what's going on in their household with their weapon, I feel that people will sit there more or less monitor their kids, make sure the kids don't do no stupid shit, especially if I have to pay. If I'm gonna have to pay some type of course or whatever case for what my kid does, then you'll be more likely to want to be, on top of your kids and what they doing. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but if like
I
think
agree.
that's the kid's dad.
They did. They're gonna charge him.
As
He's
they
getting
should.
charged. Yeah, he's getting charged, and that's gonna be the theme across the country. Your kids do that shit, you're getting charged.
Yeah. If your kid's 17 and under, maybe 16 and under, I'll be nice. 16 and under, you should, as a parent, should be held liable in some shape, form, or fashion. You need to know what your kid's doing or what the hell is going on with your kids mentally, emotionally, or whatever. You feel me? You should have a post on if your kid dealing with some depression. Because if you don't, then you're not paying attention. And I understand people are like, well, you work and everything, bro. It's a factor that you still not knowing what's going on with your damn kids. Raise your damn.
Wait a minute. We're forgetting something now.
Uh-oh.
Why didn't they charge Kyle Rittenhour's mom?
Because they charged him.
Talking about it.
No, they charged him.
Yeah, they charged him, but it's her fault.
She drove him there.
It's her fault all the way live. If it was not for her, he would not have got the gun. So when it happened, I said that from the beginning. I just forgot about it
And then we got to think about what state it's in too, because every state don't have that law.
Yeah,
were they from Illinois?
She's liable for that.
Or Indiana? I think they were from Illinois.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I know she's the one who purchased that gun for sure.
Because I know in Michigan they just tried those parents and convicted them for that one school killer. So I don't know if it's in every state. I'm just assuming.
I think he's from Illinois. In Illinois, so yeah, I don't know. Different. Some new Reggie.
Okay. And the next topic we got Brittany Mahomes says she's a Make America Great Again fan.
Boo. We don't do maggots around here.
Nope. They're all degenerates.
And to be honest with you, I don't really think about Brittany Mahomes or anything like that because I don't really care. But this is like the only time her name has ever come up in my radar. You know what I'm saying? And for it to be something like this, it's just disappointing. Because knowing who your husband is, you would feel that you would have a more selective, a more cerebral process of thought when it comes to selecting your political affiliations. But
the Republican.
But obviously, I'm wrong.
I don't get it. Why she has to make her stance. I mean, I guess we have the freedom of speech here, but who cares?
Yeah, like she got black kids, man.
Blackish.
That's messed up, Reggie.
It's a fact. It's a fact, though.
I'm trying to say that.
How?
Because what the law say, you got 1% blood, 10%, whatever, you black. It doesn't matter.
That's every human being in the world, then.
Okay.
Like literally.
I mean, okay.
I won't argue against it. What we got next, Big Queen? Red?
Okay. Rich homie Quan dies of an overdose. When I first heard this yesterday, I'm
Yeah,
like, rest in peace. It's a sad
rest in
situation,
peace.
but it's almost like dying with honor now. I remember a few years ago, right? Maybe even 10, when I used to see a lot of celebrities, black celebrities, coming out saying stuff like, "Oh, they didn't give a damn during the crack epidemic." You cannot say that no more. I mean, I'm not saying that statement is not true, but this is not a white thing. This is not a white thing at all. This is not even close to being a white thing. I can't count how many rappers didn't die from overdose. And then the crazy thing about this story,
Yeah.
it's ironic as fuck. So I listened to Juicy J's new album today, right? I should have did an album review of it, right? And he's talking about Lord Infamous, and he's talking about Gangsta Boo. Gangsta Boo. I don't know how Lord Infamous died, but Gangsta Boo definitely overdosed.
Yeah, she did.
It's so many black celebrities and rappers and artists that fucking OD. It's just like the common thing to do, and it's sad.
Well, hold up, Red. I want to push back just a little bit, but not really push back, but kind of add to, right?
Hmm.
You saw the Stevie Wonder documentary, aka Ray.
Yeah.
That kind of gave you a blueprint of what
You mean Ray
musicians.
Charles? You mean Ray Charles?
Yeah, but the movie called Ray.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, because that, like, he didn't like tell the world about that. The movie kind of introduced that side of Ray Charles and his drug addiction to the world, right?
Right.
So that was something that black musicians had dealt with since those days and just a little bit before.
That's true.
So if you kind of look throughout our history, drugs have taken the talents of the best musicians of this world that had ever been created. It hasn't been money, it hasn't been fame, it has always been drugs. It's a track record, and then you kind of see that because you see what happened to him. And then one of my favorite artists is John Coltrane. Like, I had no idea he was a heroin addict. Like I didn't know that until somebody did this documentary, and then I saw that. So this is something that has been an issue plaguing our community for forever, man. And this just shows a continuation of a trend that just needs to stop in some kind of a way.
I agree. Mostly, I say about 80%. It's the same thing. But it's new because traditionally in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, a lot of black people were on heroin. Then it went to crack. Now it went to heroin, and now this is different though. This is completely different because it's not the same drug technically. And in those days, right? You see how we talking about Ray Charles? It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like they was dropping like how they is now. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers like they just really getting took out the game. A lot of people back in
No, I
those
hear you.
days, they was on heroin for years and years and years. It ain't like that no more. Shit, it's like almost like you got a 2-year good run, 3-year good run, and boop,
Well, fentanyl being introduced has really changed the game.
yeah, fentanyl. Yes, that's a game changer, definitely. But I do agree that in the music industry, entertainment industry, drugs or black celebrities has been a big thing for years and years and years and years and
Yeah,
years. That's a fact.
but I didn't always know that, to be honest with you. Like,
You're right. Right.
I didn't.
Yeah, me neither.
It's deep, man. It's kind of
We
scary.
got next. Red.
If I would have never seen the documentary and the movie on that, I would have never even believed that because I would have been like, how the fuck did he do that? And he can't even see what the fuck he's doing. Not trying to make joke or nothing, but I would have never even believed that.
I mean,
Dame
he did it.
Dash, right? Dame Dash finally to sell his share of the rock again. I hope it goes through. I don't really like how it went down because I can tell that Jay-Z pretty much cornered him into selling it to him because I know years ago Dame Dash to sell was almost went through. Like I don't like how I can sell whatever I want to anybody I want. It don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? I understand that the portion that he has is really a part of Jay-Z's life and he really feels
Mm-hmm.
has sentimental value to him or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's
But
personal.
this is very personal. But at the same time, How is that fair? How can you make a person sell you something? They want to sell it to somebody else, so fucking what?
When somebody approaches something personal, it's not about fair or right or wrong. A lot of times, it's about how that person feel in that moment. So we can't invalidate his feelings. Now we can say the message that he used to corner Dash to sell was kind of wrong. Okay, great, but that's how he feels. So regardless if it's right or wrong, he gonna do what he got to do to get his stuff back. I
That's
can't
true.
blame him, man. I'm sorry. Like, and plus, to be honest with y'all, this whole situation could have went down a whole different route had they actually communicated like brothers instead of going through different channels and talking shit and being stubborn. Really, I hate to say it, could have really been taken care of with two men just talking and having a conversation.
Fact.
That's true.
I will agree with that.
And then 50 Cent wanting to say what he said. No, stop.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, to me, this is a whole bunch of pay. I think 50 was trying to throw jabs at Jay.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to buy it, and then in the midst of the meantime, he's gonna be 50. And as much as 50 is one of my most entertaining and one of my favorite rappers, sometimes he can be an asshole for unnecessary reasons. And it's I guess he's 50 and he's such an asshole from beginning to start that he gets away with a lot of shit that a lot of other people get canceled for. So
I got a question for Reggie.
Okay.
Reggie?
Yep.
Okay, so when just like in a sense the kind of way he attacked Dame, 50 Cent went on a tirade about Diddy, right?
Right.
Was he right or wrong?
Who?
50.
Right.
Was 50 Cent right for going at
Diddy.
you talking about recently, like making jokes and shit?
Mm-hmm.
I
The
can't
whole
really...
trying to sell a documentary to Netflix kind of thing, making posters about it, making posts about it, doing interviews about it, the whole 9 yards.
I don't really think he's wrong, but I think you kind of confused what I was saying when I was saying that's not fair about the Dame Dash situation. I'm not saying that it's fair. It's not fair on Jay-Z's part because fuck him. It's not fair legally that Dame Dash years and years and years ago sold it, right? And then it got voided because of Jay-Z. I think that part's not fair.
Oh, okay,
You know
I got you.
because he should be able to, just like right now, your glasses. I don't give a fuck if you got them from me or not, or we went half on them. They're yours. You know, you can sell it to whoever you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't think that part was fair.
I got you.
Yeah. Yo, Dame, I hope Dame gets out, gets his affairs in order. Obviously.
Yeah, man. He in the corner. He in a bad corner.
Yeah, he in the hole like a motherfucker right now.
Yeah. But I will say Dame is no dummy. Dame's not broken, will never be broken in his life. And what he does is because Dame goes about things sometimes, and his mouth gets him in trouble, and his attitude gets him in trouble.
Yes.
He manipulates his wealth by hiding it in certain aspects of ways, or putting it in his wife's name, or immediately taking any money he makes and reinvesting it back in something. So when people go sue him, he has no cash, he's broke as fuck. And that's pretty. I mean, it's smart, and that's just rich people learning how to make it work for them. You know what I'm saying? They're broke, they're poor when it's time to pay taxes, but when they need to get more money or whatever case, all of a sudden they have all this money, this value, this worth. When it's time to go get other people to give them more money and whatnot. So it's just part of the game, and we'll discuss. I guess we'll discuss that later on because Donald Trump is notorious for learning how to work that. It's the system. It's the game. You know,
Man, he's the best at it.
Yeah, he's one of the best. Much people. I don't understand how people get on poor people for taking advantage of the system and everything else, but they just ignore how many rich people and millionaires and billionaires alike who just take advantage of the system way better than poor people do. But
that's political.
Yeah,
that's a political argument, though.
Yeah, and so it just frustrates me.
Yeah, that's a political thing. That's what they call propaganda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Like the Brett Favre situation. Oh,
Uh,
thief.
I was just talking about Brett Favre today to someone special. hmm Welfare queen, man.
Mm-hmm.
hey man, I would tell this to anybody: use the system because the system is damn rich, poor, whatever. So I just learn. I'm learning to live things on a different level. Look,
Facts.
I'm learning more and more about macro and not micro thinking, processing, and understanding things. And when you do that, um,
All right, bro.
not always black. It's not always black, and white, man. It's there's that is in there, but it's not always black and white. It's so much bigger on so many
You
levels.
about to go make me pull out my Audacity of Hope book.
What we got next, Reg?
Okay. No peace in the Middle East. Why does U.S. just bow down to Israel? Political reasons, starting with the Suez Canal, and also religious reasons.
What's so? What is the new canal that's the reason that they're doing what they're doing? There's a new
I,
canal that they want to build.
I'm not sure about that, but I am aware of the Suez Canal.
Okay.
I think it's deeper than the Suez, man. You know?
Tell me, brother. Tell me.
Yeah, I just don't understand how the United States in 2024 can willfully be supporting genocide, but at the same time, uh, that's how the United States was started. You know, it's no different. They came over here with their guns, with their disease, with their booze, and completely annihilated a whole ethnic group.
But it sounds like you answered your own confusion.
Right. But what I'm saying is where I'm confused at in 2024. You know, back in those days,
Oh,
there was no
okay.
cameras, there was no anything. You know, the only thing we seen is when we grew up, we
hmm
seen propaganda cartoons that make these people, the natives, look like they was wrong in the situation. You know what I'm saying? But in
Yeah.
2024, when you can visually see that what's happening and you know from history when it started, it's
So
just sad. It's just sad.
I'm gonna just touch on it like the tip of the iceberg kind of thing. So me and you might know him, me and Jamar got this cousin named Brian. You know what I'm saying? Brian Field, shout out to him. He be
You know
supporting the show.
OJ.
Yeah,
You know OJ.
I've known him since the third grade.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So years ago, because me and B talk politics a lot.
Hmm.
Years ago, when he was coming into his consciousness of politics, this is like maybe 2016, 2017. Well, maybe a year or two before that. Um, and there was a conflict in Israel. Um, and I believe Trump was, trying not to make it a political thing, but he was still, in a sense, pandering.
Yeah.
Um,
I remember that.
yeah, and he was like, "Well, I don't get it. I don't understand it," and it has nothing to do with Democrat, Republican. It has nothing to do with rich or poor. It has everything to do with access, access, access. I don't think people understand. Like the United States has several critical positions in Europe that we need to have remain strategic. That is one critical spot that we still have control of, and we can't lose that control because that control links two continents together, and that's the African continent and the Arabian Peninsula. It is right there. It is literally the most important spot in the world. So, I don't want to say common sense because it's colonial sense.
Colonial. I
Uh,
like that. Colonial sense.
yeah, colonial sense would dictate that you would have to dominate this area to maintain control of the traffic that comes to that area, because you are making multi-gazillion millions of dollars letting travelers go up through Europe. I mean, up through Africa, through Europe from Egypt. I mean, nobody ever talks about that. That's one of the major parts of it. The other is not, and I'm not trying to say Reggie was wrong. Maybe I'll just kind of add to it or elaborate a little bit, but the Strait of Hormuz, that is more critical than any other strait in the freaking world. You understand what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And what access to Israel does is it gives us a way that if the Strait of Hormuz is shut off, we can still have oil come to this country, because we could produce our own oil, but we're dependent on a whole nother continent for their oil, and that stuff could be cut off like that. So it gives us a strategic military position to be able to attack if that area becomes an issue. It's critical in so many different ways, man. It's a reason why it's been fought over since the beginning of time.
Yeah. Am I wrong for getting pissed off when I hear people say one of the most stupidest things in the world is when people turn around and say, "Oh, so and so was a great businessman, he'll make a great president." Because in my eyes, running a country is not like running a business. When you run a country, there are things you put money into, or certain when you run a country, things you put money into that you may not need it for 10, 20, 30 years, departments, programs, or whatever the case. And all of a sudden, 20 years down the line, you may all of a sudden need that department, but you've been funding it all this time and keeping it on point. And so when you run a business, i.e. Donald Trump, when you're like, yo, again, I couldn't make this up if I wanted to. When you have a department of pandemics, a department that entirely their whole responsibility is to keep us prepared, keep an eye on what's the next pandemic. And then all of a sudden you're like, why do we have this? They're getting all these millions of dollars a year, and they're not doing whatever case. We haven't had a pandemic and whatever, and then you go to slash that department.
Yep.
And then next thing you know, a pandemic happens.
FEMA.
You're caught off guard. But a businessman, most businessmen, I'm not even going to fault just Donald Trump, but most people who are just strictly business-minded looks at things this way. That's not how government works. Government, again, when you have all these built business bases overseas in all these other countries, we keep them there for a reason. We pay more into NATO than anybody else does for a reason.
Yeah.
We do it so he who holds the bigger purse has a bigger hand. So when we want to go do something, i.e. Afghanistan, i.e. Iraq, and other things that we want to go do, those other countries want to tell like, no, we don't think y'all doing right. We look like, huh, bitch? What? Yeah. You must want us to pull aid. You must want us to stop doing. We leverage.
I mean, we removed Gaddafi.
Yeah.
In a whole nother continent.
Yeah. We leverage that. We put bases in places. We pay people money because the United States is not. Our power is more than just us sitting and talk about the power of the dollar. Our power is what we manipulate and we control in the fact that we're willing to spend money. America is not about making money for the country of America. America is more about spending the money of Americans so we can continue to control, manipulate, dictate, influence, concentrate, regulate, and motherfucking devastate those that go against what we want.
It's not funny, but you're right. You're preaching, man, but it's just. But so Reggie, that's, to be honest with you, man, that's really what it is, and nobody wants to talk about that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. It's about control of that area and the things that they have and the traffic going in and out. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
And then the military strategic positioning of Israel gives you direct access to Africa, direct access to Saudi Arabia, and direct access to Europe at the same time. and there's no other place in the world that can give you that kind of access. So control is so important, and you don't. I'm not saying you personally, but a lot of people don't understand that you have to maintain that control. So it's not a Democrat issue, it's not a Republican issue, it's not a black-white issue. It's a control issue. And we could go to it a little bit deeper, but as far as like why certain people.
I think it's a black and white issue, though. I definitely think it's a black and white issue. I mean, the control part, I agree with you 100%. But I think it's about black and white because you got to remember, Palestine, Israel, Gaza, whatever you want to call it, at one point was a British colony, right? These are facts. So I think as long as certain people are there with that mentality, with that colonial mentality, I think they would be able to always control that area. And by them getting rid of the
Here's where
other
you're wrong.
people that don't agree with it, by them annihilating with
Mhm.
Palestinians, it's just simpler.
Look at just about every African country that has African leadership. Most of those African countries with African leadership are what they call puppets. Even though may have the same skin tone as the people that they're ruling over, they're not in the best interest of the people, they're ruling in the best interest of themselves. So I hear what you're saying, and on theory, okay, the race thing, but I'm trying to tell you, whoever would be in that area, America is going to control it. So I don't care if you're black, white, green, yellow, or purple, red, they are going to control you like a puppet. It's just how it is. It's sorry.
Right.
Like,
That's one aspect of it, right? And I'm not disagreeing with that.
We talked
What
about four aspects of it.
wait. What I'm saying to you is the annihilation of the Palestinians and the replacement. Okay, so are you aware of the fact that anybody in the world of the Jewish faith, right? At any
Mhm.
time they want, especially if it's easiest if you're from here, right? You could just be like, "Oh, I'm moving over there," and you could find a person that's Palestinian and out their
Yeah,
house,
I'm aware.
right? So what I'm saying with that
And
aspect,
I want to
that
say
makes it
recently
simpler,
aware, because that's not something I was always aware of. But yeah, I'm
right?
aware
Right.
now.
And that's also where a lot of P3DOs, pedophiles, they'll commit crimes here and like, oh, you know what? I want to go to the Holy Land, boom, and be gone.
Well, I
So
mean,
there's a
if that's the
lot of
case,
them over there.
then I'm not advocating any of that. I'm not really talking about that, to be honest with you. I was talking
Right.
more so. You asked why, and I was given the why. Now all the results of the why, that's on other people to discuss and debate. But as far as the why, I don't care who you have in that area, Reggie. You got to understand that they are going to be controlled in some way, in some
Right.
aspect by this country. It's just gonna happen.
But what I'm saying to you is this: I'm not disputing that. That's a fact. They're gonna try to. That's their interest. No different than how the West African French-speaking countries, when France was like, "We're gonna try to protect our interests." Facts. I get
Mhm.
that part. But what I'm saying to you is if you can replace the opposition that's naturally there,
Mhm.
Palestinians, Arabs, whatever the fuck you want to call them, if you can replace those people, right, with like-minded people like you, right, who got the same mentality as you,
Yeah.
that makes it sweeter, bro. It's even easier. Now I don't got to deal with these insurgents. I don't got to deal with these problems no more. You know what? Y'all not even here no more. So everybody's dancing to the same beat. It's better to have less opposition.
I dig it.
I dig it. We got next, man.
Reg.
Sports,
Oh.
sports. The NFL season last
Ooh,
night.
yeah.
I think that was a pretty exciting game to start
Hell
off the
yeah.
NFL.
I actually thought Baltimore was gonna win that. To be honest with you.
They had a hell of a chance. If the dude would have wore one size smaller, they would have won.
Damn, he did a KD.
Yeah, yeah, yep.
I mean, at first I thought they won.
Yeah, I
And
did
Jim
too.
Harbaugh said he threw up the peace sign like go for two. Next
You
thing
know
you
what?
know,
You know what I thought though? I thought that was a great side for Lamar Jackson, because the one thing that people are critical of him is his passing skills, his late game drive, his comeback skills.
Yeah.
He did every fucking thing he could to win that game. He put that bitch right on the fucking money. And I think about 3 years ago, he wouldn't have been able to make that pass. So even though they lost, I think that was okay.
Well, I don't know. I think they had a chance to win a few times and kind of blew that.
Sure. How you feel, Jabbar?
Man, it's gonna be an exciting season for some reason, whether it be fate, whether it be something that's just mental, emotionally, spiritually, whatever the case. I just feel like right now the Chiefs continue to dominate the Ravens' head.
I mean, but they had a chance though.
Yeah, they had a chance, but somehow they just can't never. And I mean, all this does is add more to it. In my opinion, to lose the game in that fashion just was like, why can't we beat these guys? You know?
I mean,
Better
I
now
hear
than
you.
later.
Hey,
I
bro,
hear you.
it's you know what it reminds me of? Our whole entire time in Little League, right? If there was one team we always had an issue with, is the Broncos,
The
right?
East Side Broncos. He's
The
a hating
East Side
bastard.
Broncos. Bro,
And I
it
still
don't
hate y'all.
matter. Bro,
No
we
offense.
even played a game where we dominated the hell out of them, like was whooping their ass. But Corey, shout out to Corey Milton. Corey Milton kept it was like he scored like almost like 5 times in a row, but he kept spiking the ball and the touchdowns kept getting called back, or the big ass runs kept getting called back. And
3 times in a row.
3 times in a row, and they took us to. We went to overtime, and I ain't gonna lie, Kevon Ratliff caught the win touchdown against me in the end zone. But bro, they was always the thorn in the side, and we played them tough every year, and it just always came down to those guys.
I think didn't Joe Love play for them?
Yeah, Joe Love did pay for them, man.
Hated you, Joe Love. Sorry.
Hated Joe Love. He knows it. I had him on the Down in the Valley podcast. He knows.
Oh, word.
Yeah, he was
Joe
on.
Love, we hate you on this show, bro.
Yeah, we do. And that's
Man,
dog,
Reg, I used to play center, right? And then they had Joe Love playing nose tackle.
Oh.
And I'm getting rocked every play. Like, I'm backing up into Chris Hill. Like, Chris Hill was our quarterback at the time. And I could feel my cleat going into his foot. So he, like, you know, I'm falling back. He falling back. We fucking up the play. Jamar getting hit. He can't get no run. It was just horrible. So then I got Jor Lee next to me. And I'm like, hey, nigga, look, I need help. I don't care what you doing. Stop. I need help.
bro.
So then we double teamed them, so we was able to start to get the plays off. But oh my gosh, that dude was a fucking terrorist.
Joe Love was one of the greatest players I've ever played against in my life.
Man.
Or with. Don't get me wrong, Anthony Floyd is here too. And you ever, and before we jump into the next thing, and they always say, like, I use that method to help me, but I've heard other people mention it before. Like, when you play a sport, if you want to get better, you're supposed to find the best player on the team you're with. And constantly use that person as the person to challenge yourself to reach that level. So it was like, it'd be bull in the ring, I want Anthony. It'd be Nutcracker, I want Anthony. It was like, it didn't matter what it was, I wanted Anthony, because at that time, for me, the measuring stick was Anthony Floyd.
Well, let me say something though. Because I didn't necessarily know that at the time, but I just thought that y'all just was competitive against each other. But I'm going to keep it real. When you get the handoff and you cut through the hole, y'all do the same moves to get through the secondary, to get through the linebackers in the secondary, and then break. I mean, so I don't know if that's something you picked up off watching him or if he picked that up off watching you. But Corey didn't run that way.
No,
Jamie didn't run that way. Ezel didn't run that way. Like it was certain. I don't know. It was just and Walt was sweet,
Walt,
man.
Walt was sweet as hell. Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't run up the middle that way. Like he could
No, he
cut
didn't.
edges, but he couldn't go up the middle like that. So I don't know. I don't know. So whatever that was that you just said, now that you said that, I can see it.
I don't know how I maybe picked it off of him. I don't know, bro. We had the influences we had. Like we used to sit there, Reg. I know you remember this. Me and my bro. Well, I know you don't remember me and my bro doing it, but remember the NFL used to have the highlight tapes like every season, or they do the thing where they put together all this footage.
NFL tapes.
Yeah. And we used to watch. We had one, and they used to talk about like Walter Payton, and Jim Brown, and Lawrence Taylor, and we and him would watch it over Marcus Allen over and over and over again. Like we would just watch it and be like, yo, I gotta be like Walter Payton. So when I would see Walter Payton like play stop and reverse the field, like I learned that from him. I would sit there and say, bro, again, when I get Anthony Floyd as props, man, he worked hard to get everything he got.
Yeah, Anthony Floyd is good.
You might people might be like, oh, well, people kept giving him like he just had it easy. Nah, bro, you earned that right to have easy like that, bro, because he would show up at practice and he was the truth. He was an all-star for a reason. And so you take them people, you challenge yourself to reach that level, but then once I feel I'm at your level, I want to surpass you. Like I gotta surpass you. Like that was to me. So he was my measuring stick for me in Little League, and it rolled over into high school because he became that nigga in high school. He wasn't only just a dope ass football player, he could hoop too.
Yeah, Antoine could too.
Yeah, Antoine could too.
They was okay in basketball. Okay. Football, they was unfucking stoppable.
Right.
Unfucking stoppable. Listen, that's one thing I don't know him. Neither one of them. But I know every time I seen that motherfucker get the ball in his hands, lights was out, bro. You kick it to him, forget it. He get the interception, forget it. He get through the hole, forget it. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out
I played with both of them. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah. Shout out to Jamie and Corey Melton also, man. Both of them brothers. Bro,
and Jamar, that was Jamie who did the touchdown thing. That wasn't Corey.
You're right. It was Jamie because Corey was 130 is the bigger squad at that time.
It was Jamie.
It was Jamie. My bad. You're right.
Yeah, he did it 3 times. I was standing right there watching it because I couldn't believe it. Like I've never seen somebody spike the fucking touchdown ball. You scored 3 touchdowns in a row, but it get called back 3 times in a row because your dumb ass spiked the ball 3 times in a row. Never seen that ever happen.
The reason why I said that they was only okay basketball players, because you got to realize, you got to think about who we had at Rand, bro.
Oh, at Rand, bro.
Yeah, we had cats. Man, listen, we had at least about 10, 12 motherfuckers better than both of them put together, bro.
I know Travis is hooping.
Yeah.
Or is that the time Travis was hooping it off?
Yeah, but listen, we had cats like Daniel Harris was better than both of them.
Yeah,
Larry Sparkus was way sweeter than him. Darrell Hackett was way sweeter than him. Sam Crenshaw was way sweeter than him. Trav was sweeter. Like, it's a lot of people, bro. Mark Bryan, Rondell Irvin.
I'm gonna say this for all the props Sam get in football, and he was dope and one of the most phenomenal athletes I got to watch and be a part of and play with. What Anthony Floyd was like Sam Crenshaw on steroids without the height and without the exact same speed. Like, Sam might have been a better athlete because he was faster in track, he was a better hooper, and he was a dominant football player too. But when it came to football, I'm gonna give it to Anthony Floyd because Anthony show up and beat you, and he playing quarterback one game. He might have to show up and beat you, and he the tailback, or he playing wing back or wide receiver, or dominating that DB. Like, and he got a state championship off that shit. Like, respect, all kudos and respect. I love that dude to death, man.
No doubt, yeah. He was he definitely was that one in football. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. He was the way better football player. The way better.
And you know what? The sad part is, I know you didn't play, but actually, in my opinion, Trav was dope in basketball. But Trav was fucking dope in football too.
He was better in football. I played with him for the Elks, and I'm telling you right now, you could not tackle him 1-on-1. I don't give a fuck who you was. He was doing it.
Yeah, you couldn't get Trav in the box. Him and Walt together. And they used to hang with this dude Marquise. It used to be them three. It was Trav, Walt, and Marquise. They was the three.
You talking about his cousin Keith?
Yeah, it was them three together, always. And they was all dope and phenomenal athletes I got to sit there and watch and play with. But you just seen immediately Walt and Trav was who they was. Like little Walt sweet. I would still sit there and say, I'm gonna say this though, and I'll go on record and say this. I don't care how anybody feels. CJ was better than all three of them.
Who Lasser?
Yep.
Oh wow.
In football, yeah.
He
tried harder.
In football. Yeah, CJ was doper than all of them. Like CJ was that dude.
Especially at high school for sure, because they didn't play high school.
Yeah.
This thing works.
All right, but we can. But what we got next in sports?
Red was sweet too.
Red was a nice quarterback.
Red was dope.
I always get Red into this. Hey, real quick, bro. You remember that tall ass dude played for the Broncos? Go BMO!
Yeah.
I know who BMO is. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
I know who he is.
Man.
Yeah, shout out to BMO, man. I hope he's still alive, man. Shout out to
He's
BMO.
not.
He just said rest in peace,
not.
man.
He's not.
He's not?
Nah.
Oh, rest in peace, BMO, man. Bro, yeah, that was a tall ass dude, bro. There's other dudes we played with that I was like, high school makes you learn who hot, who's sweet, and who not. I'm gonna tell you right now, and tell him keep his head up. He locked up right now. I just think in Little League, I thought Tone Fife was like,
oh yeah, he was sweet.
Yeah.
He was sweet.
Bro,
he was
I got with him in high school, and I was like, no.
Yeah, Fife was a beast,
Fig.
man.
Shout out to Fig. Fig was one of them dope ass players played for the Elks too.
Mm-hmm.
Super dope high school. And I'm not saying he wouldn't be super dope in Little League. I'm not saying he wasn't good in high school, but to me, I measured off if I feel you better than me. And that's just me for myself. I got to high school and I played with these guys. I was like, Tone is all speed. Tone is pitch right, pitch left. Not that sweet. Fig was dope, but he didn't put the effort in. One of the dopest cats I ever seen, I'm so mad he didn't play high school, was Marcus Randall. Marcus Randall ran super hard. Marcus Randall was sweet as fuck, and he looked just like Marcus Allen in his equipment and ran like Marcus Allen.
He was sweet. He was definitely sweet.
Yeah, so I just had
they
to
used to play for the Elks too.
Yeah.
Dookie was sweet. Dookie was sweet too.
Dookie sweet too. Jerry Granberry, I love that dude to death. I've had him on podcast before, and I've had a conversation with him when I used to. Yeah, fast as lightning.
But the one thing I say about Fife though is he's the first person I had seen to run like how Michael Vick used to run with the football in his hand like that.
Yeah. Tone got big hands. He used to run with the ball like that.
Yeah, and I had never seen nobody ever do that. Like he just used to move. It's like what the never slipped out his hand, never fumbled, got hit, never dropped anything. It's just this phenomenal athlete, man.
Yeah, phenomenal athlete, bro. He was dope. He got a lot of hype coming into high school because again, speed kills, man. And I'll say this: I didn't know it then. I knew it later on once we got to school and playing with each other that some of these guys I played against, and I used to think like they were just super fast. And then you get to a level and then you play with them, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm actually faster than this motherfucker. Like, I won't lie, Joe Love is as fast as advertised. I beat Joe Love in the race, but he's still fast as fuck.
Man, we don't like Joe Love on this side.
but Joe Love was faster than them dudes. I'll tell you this, Squire, one of the most phenomenal
athletes. Right there. That motherfucker was fast as fuck.
Bro, Squire not only was our cousin Sophia's husband, Squire wasn't only one of the best football players ever played with or against, he was one of the best basketball players, like just
and baseball. And
baseball. Naturally gifted athlete. But he couldn't run track because it was mental to him. So he couldn't line up and do none of the other stuff. He just do like the long jump or the high jump. That was it. He wouldn't do none of the sprints, but he was.
Oh,
I
wow.
guarantee you, he was faster than just about everybody on the damn team. But he couldn't. You couldn't line him up and do a race because you beat him because to him it was mental. He had like football speed or on court speed.
Yeah, football speed is a real thing.
Yeah,
Squire was sweet. In every sport I ever played with Squire, he was dope.
yeah. Squire was a natural dominant athlete. It didn't look it at all, bro. You were like, wait, what?
Skinny little
Wait,
dude.
He just a lanky, skinny cat. He just walked by and just whatever the case. But you get on the ball, man. Squire was phenomenal. Squire product, man. Shout out to Squire.
He also had unbelievable ups too.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Again, because we had this thing in school, bro. No braids at 1 year. If you have braids in here, you can play on the basketball team.
Oh, that's foul.
And it was a black coach that came up with that rule.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Listen, I'll put you like this, D80. When I first met Squire, he already could dunk, and I was way fucking taller than him, bro.
Wow.
And I couldn't.
He's the truth.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
He was only probably like about maybe like 5'9", maybe when I first met him. I was at least about 6'1" or 6'2", and I couldn't. I was like 14, he was about 15, and he could do that shit with fucking ease, bro.
Yeah.
2 hands.
She was the truth.
I had to teach myself how to do it. And I had to practice to do it. He already could, bro.
He was easy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I wonder why I never ran into Reg in the hood, man. That's crazy.
Because I'm not
we
from the
like
same part of the north side that you're from.
Yeah, you from the same side, but we never went when we was younger. I mean, we would stop at most we would go was up to Crandall Park.
Oh, you say you from Broad Hill?
Yeah.
And when I didn't stay in Bright Hill, we stayed right by Westlake.
Yeah, I know Mookie. Yeah. I know Chris. I knew all them dudes. I knew all them.
It was all night. They all played football, so we knew through football. But I met Reg at junior high, and then like I've known him since junior high, like in high school. But that because
so you didn't gangbang or anything?
Nope.
No, Reg was always a cool ass. I wouldn't say silly, but a cool ass. Yeah, he was silly at times too, but he was like he hung around with Fly.
Okay.
He was like in that circle, like
Logan.
So, and Vivo mingled in and out of many circles back then.
Right.
Yeah.
I was in honors classes with them.
Oh man. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
But we and Reg have always, I mean, for the most part, maybe since junior high, I've always known of each other, seen each other speak, whatever kid. We didn't get cool, man, until like later on.
Right.
We was always cool, but we didn't get close or whatever kid later on.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now that's my dog.
I know. Reggie's the guy, man.
Yeah. All right, man. Come on, let's fly through this. We got again.
It's your time now, D80. The tennis report.
Wait. Hey, D80.
Yo.
Big Chicken told me to do this before we talk about this subject, so I got to do it because Big Chicken told me to.
I normally don't rap about shit like this, but I figured, what the hell? Niggas gon' ride, niggas gon' ride, niggas gon' ride each and every night. Niggas gon' ride, niggas gon' ride, niggas gon' ride each and every night. Niggas gon' ride, niggas gon' ride, niggas gon' ride each and every night.
The sun don't shine where I stay. Niggas getting built in my hood. Every night I'm on my knees looking for a way. Please don't forgive me, I got an AK.
Niggas know,
The sun don't shine where I stay. Niggas getting built in my hood. Every night I'm on my knees looking for a way. Please don't forgive me, I got an AK.
Niggas know,
The sun don't shine.
Yo, hey, that song. Hey, bro, I was just playing that song from live, bro.
Funny.
Hey, that shit is hard, bro.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. I just was not expecting that for a 10 segment.
Hey,
I appreciate the whatever that was. Thank you, but
hey, was Serena sitting there getting her junk on to it too? The sun don't shine right.
Silly, y'all. That is. I was really not expecting that, but I thank you. I think.
All right, talk your shit, D80. Talk your shit.
Okay, like I don't know who y'all got on the screen right there. I think that's Jessica Pegula.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so last night.
Fuck Terran squad.
I guess he don't see the hat I got on. Just making it clear for everybody.
I know it's your squad, but
Okay. Here's what happened. What happened was the young lady that you see on your screen before you is Jessica Pegula. We call her JPEG. She tried to give me a fucking heart attack. Okay. The match started. She did not score a fucking point to the end. The first set, she lost 6-1. Jamar, I'm telling you, and this is always happens with sports because Dad does this all the time. Oh, he's scared. Oh, you can tell he's scared. Oh, he gonna say he's scared. Dad will always go to this because he always look at that, and especially if it's a boxing match. Oh, that nigga scared. Like Dad just do that. So after the first set, when they go sit on the benches, and Jessica Pegula kind of looks out at the crowd, it looked like she about to cry. And I'm like, oh, man, it's a wrap. Damn, Bills Mafia, it's over, man. So I changed the channel, start watching the Chief game because, I'm like, you know how that go. I come back, y'all. This chick fires off back 4 straight sets and ends up winning the next set 6-4. Okay, that's great. That's good. But then she was playing Carolina Machova. Mahova, I'm sorry. I keep saying Machova because it's a C there, but whatever. Mahova. Battle back and forth. But all of a sudden, man, JPEG just pulled it out. And as you can see, Bills Mafia proceeds. She ends up winning the match. I really don't know how. She came down like, okay, the other girl hit like 6 straight aces. That means there was like 6 straight points where Jessica Pegula couldn't even return. It just was looking bad, man. And she just actually came back and won. So she goes on to the finals to go against Aryna Sabalenka, who is like the most perfect freaking player to ever exist in tennis. I'm joking. But I'm just trying to get you to understand that she's like a machine. She's like the freaking Terminator. She got like laser eyes. The dogs bark when she come around. It is deep like that. They're about to go head-to-head this weekend, and it is going to be freaking phenomenal. So please check that out. And right now, your boy Taylor Fritz is going up against Francis Tiafoe in the men's semifinal to see who goes into the final. The last time I checked, Tiafoe was winning 4-3. The first set. I don't know how it ended yet, but I'm going to keep checking back because right now the Packers game is on, so I'm trying to like do the same, trying to multitask at the same time. But yeah, shouts out to JPEG and Bills Mafia. Hopefully she can come home. Hopefully she can bring home that U.S. title again. Coco Gauff won it last year against Aryna Sabalenka. So Aryna Sabalenka, this is her second year being in there. So she's going to really go hard because she wanted to get that hardware. But we're going to see what JPEG got to do. But she cannot go down 6-1 to this person, man. You can't lose like that. So hopefully she'll put, whatever it is that she got in her, she'll, bring it to the deck and win.
All right, what we got next, Reg?
Okay.
Score 0-0.
The MLB.
What you tell me?
Yo, so it's getting that time of the year, get closer and closer to
Red Hunt for October.
I've been slowly but surely trying to start paying attention more and more to them this time of year when things start to shake up and shake out. All I know is that there's a lot of people that said that baseball somehow, some shape, form, or fashion found their excitement back, and start to build their interest back up more than just within their common usual thing. And that's a good thing. I don't know what's going on. Maybe we're bored. Maybe football and basketball is taken for granted. I don't know.
They embrace social media.
Yeah, social media, yeah. Finally, so they embraced it. But So yo, MLB, whatever y'all doing, keep it up. Put more pressure on it. Keep it. Because I remember growing up when baseball was like everything. Like, bro, like when you was a little kid, I don't even.
The Indians was winning though.
It was winning, but I used to be like a little kid and remember, like, yo, if you was a dude that had Darryl Strawberry trading card, like you was doing something. You know, like a Jose Canseco card or something like that. I remember still growing up young as hell, like in first, second, or third grade, maybe first grade or second grade, and like thinking about baseball cards. And so
Right.
I hope baseball gets back to its prominence. Because again, baseball is America. It is America's favorite pastime. And I want to see it do. I want to see sports. Period.
I want to say something though.
Yeah,
I'm seeing something, and this is in a lot of ballparks across America, because again they embrace social media, and then they offer these kind of deals. And what they do is they go to Cleveland State, they go to Kent State, they go to Cuyahoga Community College, and they offer packages for these kids to come to these games, and they give them like student discounts and all this and all that. And what you do is you flood the ballpark with these young kids, which is not bad. Because, you know, they buying hot dogs, they buying these expensive sandwiches, and they drinking, I think, for the most part, from what I saw. But what they do is they're in the deck areas, in the upper, lower areas where there's no seating, but there's like, you pay $10 a ticket, so that's like standing room only, but it's like a socialized area. So they're there to kind of have fun and be with their friends. They don't care about the game. If we cheer, they're like, oh, yeah, okay, they're cheering. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They don't know the players' names. They don't wear they wear the jerseys and everything, but they don't really necessarily care or have an affinity for baseball. They're just there to have fun, and they're there just to enjoy the culture of the game. So I don't know if MLB's hoping that these fans will just be like, okay, well, let's be fans, or if they're just there for the hype, and once that dies down, they're gone. I don't know how that's going to work out, but it's something that the MLB's doing.
No. Brett, you got a take on it?
Yeah, I'm not really an MLB fan. It's boring to me. I like to see the Indians win, but I'm not really the biggest MLB fan.
Bet. All right, so what we got next?
Popularity over actual on-field production. I can't hear you, Jamar.
Jamar, are you talking? If you're talking, we can't hear you. He may have froze. Oh, okay. I thought he froze. Well, why don't you like the baseball, Red? You didn't grow up watching baseball?
Yeah, I used to like it when I was younger, and I had a nice ass baseball card collection and all that. But I don't know. It's to me, I'm not really a fan.
Wow. Okay. Uh-oh.
All right, main topic. Caitlin Clark. It's a hot topic, man.
Yeah.
How about this? I understand why it's such a hot topic. I mean, she's such a driven. Her name, her popularity, the topic of her is such a big thing. What I will say is that Reggie is not a Cheryl Swoops. Reggie was like, she's just going to have to show me. He was never out on her, and he always said she'd be good or whatever the case. He was like, she's just going to show me more.
And she showed me.
And she showed him. I'm gonna be real. Sister Cheryl Swoops, you sound like a fucking big ass hater right now.
Yeah,
like,
she does.
Going out of your way to not acknowledge her, to not give her the props. And I hope that it's just more or less that you just an old school vet, get off my lawn type motherfucker. And I hope it's not about race, because I don't like racist people of any color or creed. If you racist and you black, I don't fuck with you. If you racist and you white, I don't fuck with you. And you Mexican, I don't fuck with you.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I just don't fuck with people.
That's all it can be. That's all it can be. That's all it can be.
Yeah, I just don't fuck with people who hate people because of their skin color. But if that's what her if that's the angle she's working, man, I hope it's not, and I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. But if it is, man, all I got for you was a large fuck you. But I don't give a fuck on the side.
I can't understand why she don't like her. And I was thinking that too. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but as a woman, right? As a former WNBA player, right? All the struggles they went through, and now that things are on the upside, and no matter what the circumstance, unless she did something personal to you and your people, there's no reason for you not to like her. There's no reason.
I mean, I hear you, and I hear both of you guys could be right or you could be wrong. I don't know. You know, I'm not in Cheryl Swoop's head. I just know that the way she approached it was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I could just look at it from an aspect of, and I don't want to say jealousy in the sense that she wishes she was her, but in the sense that, you know, you're not going to erase the history that we laid, the foundation that we laid, the sacrifice that we laid, and come in here and gentrify our sport. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the gatekeeping aspect of what she tried to do.
Yeah.
And I can't blame her for that, because if you look at history says that this is how things go in this country. So if that's the kind of take that she was having, okay, I get that. I can understand that. But to be honest with y'all, Cheryl Swoops could have been having this kind of behavior. We just never noticed it. Like she could have been a hater of so much stuff going on, but we never. I don't want to say never.
We didn't pay attention because we didn't pay attention to the WNBA back then.
Right. Like
I did.
She being who she truly is this whole time.
But were you watching her commentary? Like, do you see who she gravitate? Like, I don't like if you like. Okay,
no, I agree with you. She could have been like this always, and we're just now.
Yeah, but again, I don't know. I'm just. I haven't heard of Cheryl Swoops until like once she retired, she disappeared, and that all of a sudden I hear this. So I don't know.
How much of it? Can I ask this question to y'all both? How much of this is it that she decided that? And again, it's always a popularity contest, but to go against the grain, but never get caught publicly saying anything that's going to be able to be held against you, like in a super negative way, but go against the grain just to get the attention, to get more eyeballs, to more ears on you for your podcast, for your personal podcast, for your personal thing, because now you get people tuned in and actually caring about what Cheryl Swoop has to say.
No, I don't think that would be it, because to be honest with you, if she's on board, then she's doing interviews with Caitlin Clark. She's getting more access to whatever network that wave rides, as most of these ESPN / Fox analysts have done. If you haven't noticed that, then she's on location at these major events. So to me, she stands to gain more by riding the wave, just like you say, because it's increasing the popularity. It's increasing this.
Go against in such a loud manner, puts you in a league of your own.
If that's what you think, then okay.
I think that
it's like Skip Bayless. It's like the Skip Bayless route. I don't have to ride LeBron's jock. I'll be LeBron's biggest hater.
But look, though, you don't think that Cheryl Swoops, prior to this statement, right, was looked at as an icon?
She is.
That's what I'm saying. So with who she is, with the popularity growing of the sport, primarily because of her, and what's my homegirl Reese, and because of Reese, you don't think that could have possibly put some dough in her pocket? She could have applied for one of these jobs, for one of these teams.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm not disagreeing.
But what I'm saying is, to me, she's doing herself a disservice right now.
She is.
She's a hater.
She's robbing with her leg, but you got to remember,
got a coaching job, anything.
Yeah, these women aren't used to this attention that they're getting. And now that they're getting the attention and the ears, and now the ears at first, and now the eyeballs, that they don't understand that. Like, there's a lot of women and men who have been calling out the WNBA for how they've been handling the Caitlin Clark situation. And I think the general consensus is like, yo, the WNBA couldn't have fucked this up. The players,
Yeah,
the
I
whole
agree.
team couldn't have fucked this up no more or better than they already did if you asked them even to do it on purpose.
I agree.
And they're like, yo, like all y'all had to do was just highlight, rally around, push, and benefit. And they couldn't do it. But again, like we said, shout out to AAA Sports, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Available Facebook Live as well as YouTube Live. And we will be back available on all your streaming platforms, your Spotify, your thing. We will start dropping that on there too. But I just don't understand. I mean, I get it. And it's, again, you're no disrespect to women, but you talk about an emotional.
No disrespect to women.
No disrespect. It's going to sound disrespectful no matter how I say it. But
No disrespect.
talking about an emotional reaction compared to the fact of like, yo, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Like, bro, like, fuck your pride. Do you not understand? Even in the NBA, motherfuckers was not liking the attention Michael Jordan got.
But you know what, though? I got to apologize, too, and backtrack one of my statements. You know what I said a few weeks ago? Well, not on this show, obviously, because it's been a while since we've been on here. But you know what I said on AAA Sports a few weeks ago? About Caitlin Clark, like she got to get tough and, you know, this ain't nothing that nobody else hasn't went through, like Jennifer Tarazi and Candace Parker. No, it's excessive. It's excessive. I have to admit, I was wrong. It's excessive, and people are purposely targeting her, going out of their way to target her. They are. It's undeniable. It's undeniable. I can't sit here and try to say that I don't see it because I fucking see it, and I see it compared to any other star. She's getting it worse. They need to stop.
Yeah.
They need to stop.
17% of the fouls committed. No, the flagrants committed against her alone.
Yes.
The whole entire league.
Yes. And I will say publicly, she's better than Angel Reese. She definitely deserves.
That doesn't take. And you're saying it, and not to take away from Angel.
Right, not to take away from Angel Reese because Angel Reese is playing. She's playing outstanding. Yeah. I don't care what nobody says, but
there's levels to the shit.
She's better. She's better. She deserves to win Rookie of the Year.
It's one of those things where you like watch her. Even if you wanted to be a hater, like if you watch her get her funky off, you're like, nah, she got it.
She got it. She got it. She got it. She got it. It's undeniable. And as the season's going on, she's got better and better and better and better.
Especially after the break.
And better.
Do you know? People were saying the worst thing the WNBA did for all those that were hating on her was not let her make the Olympic team. They were like, "Yo, you would have not let her make it. She'd have been tired as hell going into the stretch. She'd have been wore out." And Reggie said that shit. Reggie, I mean, it was Reggie who was like, "Yo,"
I backtracked that statement about that too. She deserved to go,
bro. She's the. Bro,
she's
it's like
truth.
Watching
she's
Jordan getting. I was too young to understand when Jordan came into the league and took over. But hindsight helps you understand what you have in front of you. Bro, it's like getting to watch the beginning of Michael Jordan coming into the NBA in that position to start getting ready to dominate. All respects to Aja Wilson. She dope. She the MVP. She probably the best player in the league.
She is the best.
Two-time champion.
Two-time champion. She the truth. No disrespect to her. She deserves
all coming. Your time is coming. I give it 2 seasons. She's going to be better than you.
But Caitlin Clark is her. Now we used to be like, he is him. She is her.
Next season, I would bet good money next season she'd be MVP. But on the defense of Candace Parker, she still is the best fucking offensive rebounder I have ever fucking seen.
Probably.
I've never seen nothing like that.
Dope. He's dope.
It's so.
I mean, Angel Reese. Angel Reese is the best offensive rebounder I've ever seen.
Clark doesn't take away from none of them. All of y'all get y'all shine.
Mm-hmm.
We're just witnessing greatness at a level that attracts the eyeballs that everybody outside of the sport who never paid attention to it before have been pushed into realizing. It's like, bro, it's like if you're a rapper and you feel like you technically better than so-and-so, whoever the case, but this other rapper that you start to do by happenstance comes along in your clique, and his swag, the way he approached the track, everything, his flow. It's like, how about this? It's like finding your Nelly and you're the St. Lunatics.
Right.
Everybody in there probably feel they rap better than Nelly, but for some reason, this nigga do a little bit of everything real good, and he gets us on. And instead of everybody sitting there cheering like, yo, let's ride this wave, let's all get on and showcase our talent. They're like, man, fuck that nigga. I'm better than that nigga. I've been rapping all this time and I ain't get put on. And this nigga come along, that's what it's like. It's like, yo, like ride the fucking wave, use it to your advantage point, get the momentum.
Yeah.
Be great.
And also to Angel Reese's defense, because her offensive game is so incomplete right now, you can't do nothing but go up. If you ever get a consistent jump shot, right, and you ever get a nice layup package, you too will be league MVP.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, she's still a rookie. She got time.
She's still a rookie. She's
Bro,
still
80% of them, 80% of that 17% flagrant fouls was by Angel Reese's squad. Why? Yo, rumble, young white girl, rumble. Get your shit off.
See, why you gotta make it a race issue? That's reverse racialism.
I know I probably did, but
that's anti-reverse racialism.
I'm an asshole, so that's why I did it.
I just being silly.
I know. So D80, I mean, come on, bro. We've been not letting you get your funky off on this one, and I know, and you got something to add to it before we go.
What you talking about, Caitlin Clark?
Yeah.
I thought we talked about the show.
We did it, but this is a different show.
No, I mean, we talked about Cheryl Swoops. I said my part about the Cheryl Swoops.
Okay. So, I said okay. What I was about to say is that the other part was race, credit, respect, and money. I think race does play a part into it, especially with her and Angel Reese, and the drawing up of the two. I haven't heard neither one of them, with respect to both of them, neither one of them say anything to make me feel like it's anything with race. But I do feel they both capitalize off of it, whether they want to or not. I know Angel Reese plays it up and drums it up, especially.
Well, I mean, she did get in her face within the national championship, and like, man, I got the ring. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she did do that. Like, so she kind of hyped it up.
Yeah. And you talk about the finals. She didn't make it to the chip. She got put out by Kate, right?
I don't know.
No, Angel Reese won the chip.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
After Reese won it, when he said I got the chip. She got the next year, this past season, she got put out by Iowa.
Yeah.
Or LSU. I was talking about the year before.
That's the year before Reese came in and she won it.
That's what I'm talking about. When she I got the ring and she did the thing in her face.
Yeah. Okay, my bad. I didn't know that was that season. Okay.
No, all I'm saying is she played into whatever this rivalry, hype, beast, whatever it is, she played into it by doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, so this wasn't just like us fans, like, oh, we're gonna just put those two against each other.
No, you're right.
Do y'all two know how long they known each other?
No.
Since they've probably been like 12. Hey, you, bro.
Bro.
That's cool.
Bro, both these women can hoop their ass off. Both of them are dope and phenomenal athletes. I need Angel Reese to whoever's the Angel Reese corner. I need them to do a better job. I need Angel Reese to understand that use this girl, but in the right way. Take the opportunity, build off of it, and y'all both will be great. Or both of y'all can sit there and turn around and do some bullshit that attracts more eyes on the league by talking about at some point a dream of playing with each other. Do you know how much interest that'll draw from everybody else? And people start talking about when their rookie contract is up, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark want to play with each other. You see what it did for the NBA with stars want to play with together.
Well, I mean, everybody's looking at this like a Magic and Bird situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because they're taking old formulas to try to grow the game.
I mean, so far,
is it working? Yes.
I'm just saying, so far. I mean, now granted, you got to have the Chicago Sky have success, and you got to have the Fever have success. And to be honest with y'all, there ain't really that many teams in the WNBA, so I can't say it's not hard to have success. It's hard in any league, professional sports, to have success, but the probability of them having success is there. And plus, Caitlin Clark caught fire for some strange reason, and I shouldn't say strange reason. And for some strange reason, those games that used to be on national television every night aren't really there anymore. But her popularity is still there, like, because she was the first half of the season, she was on ESPN, ESPN2, and the app just about every other game, and they were getting blown out. But now that she's balling, like, you can't see those games much like you used to. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I just wish that would be a thing that you know, we would still have that access like we used to have, because now I only find out about it through, like, you know, tweets and Sports Center.
So is Aja Wilson more Tim Duncan-esque, or is she more like Shaq-esque? Like, I'm trying to learn, get my game on, my understanding on.
Her game
I
is
say
just
Alonzo
complete.
Mourning.
Her game is just 100% complete to be inside. You can't keep her off the glass. You can't stop her from scoring. You can't stay in front of her. You just can't fuck with her. You can't.
To me, it's Alonzo Mourning, man. She's just a female
She's
version.
built like Alonzo Mourning.
Alonzo didn't dominate like this, though. But I get what you're saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
and she blocks everything, bro.
Yes. Yeah. So if that's what we got, let's go into
Alonzo. If you're watching the show, Jamar didn't mean what he said. If you ever see him in South Beach in Miami,
until you rode the bench. Alonzo, you ain't win shit till you rode the bench with Shaq and Dwayne Wade and Patrick Ewing kept putting your ass out. I want to hear that shit.
That still doesn't mean somebody's not great, man.
He great. He just not one of the greatest.
Have you ever thought about? I mean, I'm not giving him no excuse. You know, have you ever really sat and thought about exactly how undersized that Charlotte team was? He's 6'9" at center. Larry Johnson, maybe
Larry Johnson,
maybe 6'4", 6'5". I'll push him 6'6" at power forward. And you got Muggsy Bogues. That's the most undersized team in NBA history, bro.
Yeah, that's deep. And they was balling.
Yeah, they was balling. Just imagine all of them at normal heights.
Oh, wow, that dude just got popped. Oh my gosh.
Right. Here we go.
Okay, AAA listeners, it's time for Black V to present Don't Hashtag This. I repeat, don't hashtag this. And now your co-host, Black V.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't hashtag this, for this episode is going to be titled hashtag don't hashtag Cheryl Swoops. Listen, life is hard enough. Why would you make it harder on yourself? Don't hashtag Cheryl Swoops, because she's a hater. A hater! And a haterade. Sister, figure it out. Take a step back. Think about growing, not yourself, but growing the game that you love, that's made you a household name and made you respectable in the community and made you bigger than you could ever be. Respect your craft, respect the love for the sport that you have played, and
Right.
I give props to those that's coming up. Sometimes things happen that we don't understand, that we don't like, but it's better for all of us. And sometimes that force might just be Caitlin Clark. She's the real deal. The real deal. And we just have to accept it. Many of us, I sat there and first heard of her, was like, yo, what the fuck ever. And then I watched her, was like, oh no. It's like who's the baddest? Show enough. And then you sitting there watching Caitlin Clark and like, who's the baddest? Caitlin Clark. Like the truth. No half stepping, no bullshit, no fake, no front.
Bruce Leroy.
Leroy. Leroy, am I the baddest? Show up. Am I the meanest?
Show up.
Caitlin Clark is her. All right. Angel Reese is her. Aja Wilson is her. These women have learned from you all. Take credit, take pride, take joy from that. And they've elevated the game. Kobe Bryant learned from Michael Jordan, took it to another level. People learn from the goats of the game, and they take it to another level. The game elevates. Plenty of running backs at some point learn from Jim Brown. They learn from Bo Jackson. They learn from Walter Payton, and they use that to help them become better. It elevates. It grows. I'm sorry you didn't get the props you deserve. I'm sorry a lot of the fellow players, because I know she's not that selfish. I'm sorry a lot of the players didn't get the props they deserved back then when all eyes wasn't on them. But you know what's about to happen now? All eyes will be on the WNBA. Spotlight. Right. She makes more money for the WNBA. Guess what starts to go up? Y'all retirement fund. Ride the fucking wave. Be great. Accept it. Push it. If it was me and I was in the WNBA, I'd be like, yo, Caitlin Clark, everything, promoting it, pushing it, trying to get more eyes on it. So before I turn it over to my two partners, again, don't hashtag Cheryl Swoops. Y'all have anything to add to this before we end the pod?
Red?
Absolutely. Speaking of Caitlin Clark, she's hit 4 3-pointers tonight. She has 22 points. They're down by 6 with 4 minutes to go. This rookie season, they're playing against the Lynx. This season is better than your MVP season. Her season right now is better than your MVP season. Cheryl Swoops, unfortunately, no time in your career do I remember you being your professional career. Do I remember you even being the best player on your team? Nope. You are you're one of the greatest ever, but there's no reason for you to be a hater. You could have went out like Don Staley. You could go ahead and get you a college job, but now you fucked it off because you're a hater.
Hater. Blah.
No, I agree. I don't have much to add because you guys pretty much laid it out. I was never a Cheryl Swoops fan, so to speak. I just know she's in the record books, and she put the WNBA pretty much on the map, and she was like one of the first players with her own tennis shoes. I remember that back in the 90s. I thought that was, first WNBA players with their own tennis shoes. I thought that was kind of fresh. And plus she was on the Olympics and done a lot of good. So, maybe this is the learning lesson for all of us, and her included.
Facts. Yo, anybody got any shout outs? Go ahead, shout out whatever anything anybody you got going on in the programs and things you're a part of that's progress. Do it.
Well, give a shout out to y'all. I'll probably do my podcast this weekend, Faith, Lies, and Confusion, on Sunday, 11:30. Shout out to Afro Atheist. She got her show Godless Dating. It's going to be on YouTube at the Afro Atheist or on TikTok. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to Afro.
Shout out to
met
Afro.
That queen. She's pretty dope. Intelligent, bro. She was a fresh breath of air from the conversation, from getting it from a person who converted from Islam. To get that perspective, I've met a ton of people who have been within the Christian faith who've made that conversion to become an atheist or whatever, or just losing their faith. But to see somebody who comes from Islam, from Muslim faith, to make that switch over was a different perspective to have that conversation. So shout out to Afro Atheist. Sometimes it's the conversation, folks, that gives you a different perspective. It gives you a little bit of learning, either how to tighten your faith up, or better yet, to take a step back to get better understanding of your faith. There's a lot of people who are lazy Christians, lazy Muslims, who don't actually go do the work and understand their faith and why they're in it. And they come into it, and then they get hit by these atheists who have studied their religion and the faults or the cracks and the holes, or taking advantage of the fact that religion is like politics, and there's a lot of BS that goes along with it, because nothing is infallible from human hand touching and bullshit that comes with it. They don't know their shit. Know your shit. Understand your faith. Understand what you believe in, what you pray to, what motivates you, guides you, or your moral compass. You should learn it. Learn the history of it. It will help you become better within you are, or better with understanding how you go against what you don't stand for.
I agree.
And so what I will say, what Reggie and them do within their podcast, with being a guest on it at a time, but also listening to it and respecting it, is that, yo, they're not fully trying to convert people from it. They're just posing real ass questions. And if you do your research and your work and your history and your learning and so much more, you'll have answers. Or you'll walk away and be like, oh, they on bullshit because I know this and this. But they will challenge you, and they're not unintelligible. They actually did their research to come up with legitimate points.
From my point of view, what I post about, well, what I pod about on it is more educational. For example, last week, it was about, the title of the show was The Life of King James. Most people don't know who the fuck King James is. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
I'm not judging him for what he did and what he didn't do, but this is history. He was an actual person, so he needs to be spoken upon.
Facts. But yo, D80, shout out what we got working on, bro.
Yeah, Madam in the Major. Supposed to link up with Wyclef for Labor Day weekend, but it didn't happen. So we're gonna parlay that into hopefully sometime this end of this month or next month, because we got to wrap that project up. We want to get that with a nice bow on top.
So we can get it going, so we can get the ball of the dream.
Yeah, facts. And then we got the tennis pod. Don't sleep on tennis. Check on that, you guys. We got a little TikTok going on. The U.S. Open is like our Super Bowl, so it's a popular topic right now. So I'm trying to capitalize on those waves. So we'll see.
Yo, shout out to both of those going on. Shout out to AAA Sports. Shout out to AAA Pod.
AAA Sports.
We've been away for so long. Shout out to both for everything.
Yeah, love AAA Sports.
Different levels. Oh yeah, just to keep it real, 100% honest. Diallo Man said he coming back. Deep Throat Conversations will be back.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that.
Get back to party. So shout out to Diallo Bands, man. I love that brother. To Jet Fly Clothing.
That's my guy, man.
Shout out to Fly Zone. Shout out to D80. Truth Entertainment Films. Shout out to Reggie. God is Reggie. And thank y'all again. Check out Wednesdays, 8 p.m. We will start posting and putting that back, or putting AAA Sports on all streaming platforms, as well as AAA Podcasts. Will continue to go back to being on all platforms. We will make that happen. Thank y'all for tuning in and checking us out. God bless y'all, and good night.
God bless and good night.